Okay, I'm recording.
I'm going to print mine out too, just so I have it.
All right. So, okay, so the purpose of this call is for us to give you guys a background on your elite reports and technically how they work and what you're actually looking at and how you're going to achieve numbers in each category. Okay, because it's important to know and to make sure that you understand where they come from. So I'm going to screen share Deidre's report that she put in the group from her first year. Oh, look, it does it. It's totally different. Okay. So wait, can everybody see this? Okay. So this right here is normally up here now, and it'll say your numbers from 2014 and 2015. So we're going to use these as an example. Your elite points. This is a totally different thing than what they see. You're going to see columns here where it says your elite points and then your elite max, and then premier points. This is back when they, Premier's all the way over here. Premier points, I'm going to go over this too because, you know, when you hit 2-star, that's when you can go Premier. So you should know the befores to get to the afters, because if the end of the year comes and you don't even know, like, if you're going to hit elite, you might hit Premier. So you kind of need to know that too. So with Premier points, it's still 135 points, but there's no minimum and there's no maximum. So if you get 100 points for personally sponsored coaches hitting Success Club, then all you need is 35 points somewhere else. So that's the benefit of Premier. With Elite, you have a max in each category. So personally sponsored coach and Success Club and personally sponsored coach PV are both 61, I believe. I'm not looking at the thing.
Wait, say that again?
Personally sponsored coach Success Club points are 61 max, and personally sponsored coach PV is 61 max. Okay. And then ATV is 40 max?
Yeah.
Okay, 40 max. So for elite, the only thing that you have to remember is incremental ATV right here. You have to have a minimum of 11 points. Okay? A minimum of 11. Anywhere else, you don't have to have a minimum, you have a maximum. The only way to get incremental ATV points is your coaches with personal volume. So there's nothing that you can actually do yourself to get that magically occurs and accrues as time goes on. It has to be, and that's where you look at this. Whatever it says for 2014, let's say it says this number for 2014, 2015 needs to be 10,000 above this. So this 2015 needs to read 21,000 and you get a point. And then for every 10,000 above that, you get another point. So you want to watch your numbers. So that's the only way that you can get incremental ATV. It comes from 3 levels down. Does not matter the year that they signed up. It's your coaches, and your coaches' that count towards this, okay? So unfortunately, if you have somebody 4 levels down that's completely rocking it, they don't count. Your personally sponsored coach PV is 2015 coaches hitting 500 PV and above. Now, it does not matter if it comes 250 PV from Tom and 250 PV from Sally. If they add up to 500, you get a point. So it's not just per coach 500, it's completely added up. So that's how you get points for that. Now you have to be cautious about this too, because if your new coaches for 2015 are shooting for diamond, they're signing coaches, which means they're not getting PV for the orders. So you have to watch who is, you kind of have to pick, I've been telling mine, you know, your elite 5 and working with those and then working with everybody else, you know, to go diamond, but also on their sales so that it helps your points. And then your personally sponsored coach Success Club points is every coach in 2014 and 2015 that hit Success Club 5 or 10, you get 1 point. If you hit it, that point doubles. This is the easiest way. It all rolls up. If you're hitting Success Club and your coaches are hitting Success Club, they're hitting personally sponsored coach PV of 500 above, your incremental ATV is moving up as well. So it all comes from Success Club. Along with your elite ranking, that is literally solely Success Club. How many coaches you have hitting Success Club each month. So if you have a goal of top 50 or top 100, you know, that comes from all of your coaches hitting Success Club. I think I covered it all. Does anybody have any questions?
Can I just add to it?
Yeah.
Okay. So with the ATV, I know it's kind of scary because people probably see that they have 0 and then they look at these points and they're like, oh my gosh, I have to have 10,000 more than what I did the first just to get 1 point. I know it looks scary, but think about it. Your team is consistently growing. So as long as you're not staying in the same spot you are the year before without adding any coaches at all, you're going to grow without even trying. It's just going to happen. That's one of those automatic things that as you continue to build your team, as your team continues to grow their teams, as you're continuing to help them go diamond and rank advance, it's all going to naturally, organically happen. I hate when people say that, but it is going to happen that way. So you're probably not going to see those points come up right away. Starting towards the middle of the year, that's when they're going to start going up and up and up and increasing. As you see on mine, I had 1 point in July. And I still made it. I still got those, was it 10 at that time? 10 points that I needed to get where I needed to. So it took me 6 months and I got them all. So just think, guys, as long as you continue to build your team, it's going to happen. And with the PV, just like Kaylee said, you want to watch because as your team is trying to grow, and we do a lot of discount coaches, the PV is not going to be there, but it's going to be completely fine because that's why I have there's going to be certain months where I have people shooting for 500 PV. Whoever gets 500 PV will get a prize. I did that a lot last year and the year before because I wanted to try to hit elite. So I wanted to make sure that I had my success club, but I also still had people getting their 500 PV. And the most important thing is the success club. It's as long as you keep having people shoot for success club, it's going to happen. And as people shoot for success club every single month, it's going to help the ATV and the PV. It's just going to happen because not every person is going to sign up everyone as a discount coach to get their 5 SC points every month. It's just, that's not how it really works. I mean, you may have 1 or 2 people that sign up every single person as a discount coach, but for the most part, if you're trying to go for Success Club every month and people are shooting for diamond, they're usually going to hit more than 5 SC every month. You're going to have the volume come in and the ATV come in. So, that's what I wanted to say about that. Does anyone have any questions?
So Deidre, you went from an Emerald coach to 5-star then in 6 months too?
I think I dropped rank there, and I don't know how because I don't ever remember dropping rank. I know it came close down to an hour, but I don't remember dropping rank. But I was diamond in July. I went diamond April 1st because it was the day after our 6-week push to diamond ended. I got diamond that day after it ended.
Your 4 diamonds came from the Cup Challenge in August or October?
5 of them. All 5 of them.
Yeah.
They all came within 4 weeks, and then I had my 6th diamond that next week.
That's how you got number 4 in the Cup Challenge.
Yeah. 3.
No, team number 3. Sorry. I didn't know you then, so we weren't friends, so it's not on the top of my mind.
Whatever. So yeah, anything can happen. That was kind of a miracle for me. But it was a huge push, and my team was all in it. I had Alicia was one of my diamonds who was in it. Andrea, Lauren, she was one of them. They were in it, they were ready, they were in a push, they were in a cup challenge. So make sure that every cup challenge, because we're going to have more of them, we usually do 3 a year. Mm-hmm. Just make sure when you have an opportunity to get in a cup challenge, you create one yourself, but also try to get everyone on your team to do it as well. And I kind of played it the right way with the cup challenge, is I had everyone in my cup challenge who was trying to go diamond. So we all just had a huge push. We stayed consistent. We were in a group together, always posting. Wait, Alicia, were you in my cup challenge? No, you weren't. You were in one though. Yeah. Sorry about that. My memory just came back to me. But yeah, everyone was in a cup challenge. We were all pushing and it happened. So as long as we keep making goals and making smaller goals for the bigger goals, that's how it works. One other thing I wanted to say. I want you guys to write down on a piece of paper who your potentials are for you to go 5-star. And I want you guys to have a push, which means one extra person because you want to have a little bit of cushion to play with. That doesn't mean these 5 people are going to be your 5 diamonds. That rarely happens. For me, it did happen. I don't know how it happened, but that's just one of my miracles that it worked out that way. But for the most part, like 90% of the time, you don't have those 5 diamonds going diamond when you're going late. So make sure you guys write a list. I want to see it. We want you guys to post it with a push, with a little cushion of your potentials. Go ahead, Kaylee.
What I was going to say 2 things. One of the things I'm having my coaches and my downline coaches do, because I'm getting on the phone calls with them, is something that I learned this past year is being openly honest with your coaches and, telling them that you're shooting for elite or whatever, and telling them that you want them to be part of your elite 5, and asking them personally, do you want to go diamond? Making sure that you're connecting with their goals. It's something that I did last year. I found my 5 and I worked with them because they were gung-ho about going diamond. It's not something that I did the year before. I just kind of picked mine, and I'm not saying that that's what ended, like that's what made me end the year at Premier my first year, but I had the elite points 100%. I had the points, but I didn't have the coaches. So I want you to know, like, if you still have 83% of the year left, which when I was going for elite, I didn't. I had like September and October. But if that doesn't happen, I want you to know that Premier is an amazing accomplishment as well, which is 2-star. And, the points are there and, it all adds up. So just be honest with your team and bring them along this journey with you. And even that, your team has 83% of the year left. So if your 5 that you asked to be your elite 5, if they say yes, if they want to go diamond, great. Now let's get them to 2-star to Premier for the 83% of this year left. Then they can be right there along with you, and that's your goal after they go diamond. You say, okay, who are your 2 coaches that you want to take to Premier with you? And have them do the same exact thing. Say, I'm shooting for Premier. Will you be my 2 premiers, or like my 2 diamonds? My Premier 2, whatever you want to say, and see if you can, get your diamonds, hitting Premier and getting that 2-star bonus, because that brings everything up for you guys as well. For everything, it brings up all of these numbers. It brings up, your pay. It adds depth to your team, because now you have multiple star diamonds on your team, and it's a trickle effect. Then they're going to do the same thing with their diamonds that got them to 2-star, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of the way that I'm playing it with these coaches that I'm talking to in my downline. 83% of the year is a lot of year left. So it's not just them working on their goals for elite, it's them helping their coaches reach their goal. So if they go diamond, next goal is 2-star Premier. That's the next goal. So, and in helping them do that, they will get their diamonds for elite. That's kind of the road that I'm taking with them all.
And this year that Kaylee has posted, you guys have an advantage because Melanie did not start talking about elite to any of us until August. So literally we pushed from August until December. So you guys have a huge early start that you can do a lot with this and make a huge change. Anything can happen right now. So it's anyone's game. But like Kaylee said, figure out what, the pay. That's a huge thing for all of us. I know we're all in this to help people, but we are also in this for financial freedom. We need it. It's, we would love to help people for free. That's awesome. But shoot, I just remembered oh my gosh, I totally missed my friend's bridal shower. Oh my gosh, that was on Saturday. I am the worst friend in the world. I am.
Better get her a really nice gift.
Would you say?
Better get her a really nice gift.
What happened?
I totally just looked up Like, I have all of my stuff on my board, and this little thing is her invitation. Oh my gosh.
To who?
Kaylee!
What?
I'm in the middle of talking and just realized I missed a very good friend of mine's bridal shower.
No, good job, Deidre.
Okay.
It happened.
Get out of your ass, Deidre. Let's continue this. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry that my mind just went blank. All right, so we're all here for financial freedom. We get it. We would love to help people for free, yes. But we are here to work a business. A lot of this, we are making this our full-time career. I left my job as a nurse. So literally, I need my income. Like, this has to be my income. So that's my push. You know, my kids, my family. I need to have freedom for them. So you need to figure out what motivates you, number one. But you also need to talk to your potential diamonds and coaches who want to, you know, eventually grow a business. And you need to see what pushes them and what motivates them. Because if it is money, you can push them and talk to them about what opportunities are there for when they go 2-star, you know, the 2-star bonus, building for volume, building for rank. And then for you guys, think about it. Our bonuses start at 2-star. That's an extra $800 to $1,000 every 3 months, every quarter that you're going to get in addition to what you already make. And when you go 5-star, that's a huge push. That's, you know, between $2,800 and $3,600 every 3 months in addition to what you already make. So that's a huge bonus to have every quarter for your family. For a pay, it'll make a big difference, especially if you're trying to leave one of your, you know, 2 or 3 jobs. Because I know Beth and Alicia, you guys both do a lot. And Bianca, I'm sure that you wouldn't mind having the extra income as well. So keep that in mind as your push, whether you can make a goal board and have something on the lines of financial freedom. I don't know, put your goals everywhere. Put it in writing, hang it up so you can see it. So when you're having those moments of, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it through this business, or oh my gosh, my coaches don't want to do anything this week, or they're not pushing, or they're not hitting Success Club, you have to go back to that because you have to keep your head in the game. You have to stay laser focused if you want this goal to happen. There are going to be times where we get frustrated and we want to give up. That happens. It's part of the business. It's part of any job where you get frustrated. But as long as you keep going, you are going to reach your goals. But you have to put in the work and effort in order to get the reward in the end.
Talking about extra money, when you go elite, there's an extra $500, what they call the car bonus. But, so I was just explaining this to a coach on Saturday. The first year, 2013, when I was pushing for elite, it was every coach that hit elite got $500 the following year every month. Last year when I was pushing for elite, for this year, it is you have to hold 5-star 1 week out of every month to get that $500 bonus. Next year, they've changed it again to where it is the first 200 coaches that hit elite get the $500 bonus. Because we went from 2013 elites, it was 115 or 113 coaches that hit elite to having last year 198 coaches hit elite. So they had to up the games. That's why they upped the numbers. 3 years ago, before I started, it was 2-star and 100 elite points to be elite. So the year that Deidre and I were pushing for elite in 2013, it became 5-star and 100 points. And then the 2014, it became 5-star and 125 points. And now this year, it's 5-star, 135 points. So the numbers are changing, and leadership even changed for October. It was 2-star. It is now 5-star. So if you want to be at leadership, you need to be 5-star 6 weeks before that, I believe, right? So that's in October. So that's another goal, you know. Another reason there was like 275 coaches that went to that last year. So things are changing, but just keep those in the back of your mind. You're not missing a ton. Like, elite is still elite if you're not one of the first 200 to get the $500 bonus. You'll still be getting your 5-star bonus and all that kind of stuff. So don't let that discourage you, but I'm just letting you know all of the details that we have been given for elite. Any questions?
I'm going to challenge you guys. You have a lot of time still. So if you want that 5-star and you want that elite, make it a goal to hit it for leadership so you guys can attend, because it's a pretty amazing thing if you are able to have the opportunity to go to. Summit is amazing. Summit is going to be life-changing, but leadership is so much, it's like more intimate. It's amazing. It was the best thing. The best training I was ever able to attend. It's just relaxing, and you can get more one-on-one with all the top coaches and really get to learn more about the business. If you can make that your goal for hitting 5-star, you're just setting yourself up for having more cushion for elite. So
Just so you
I'm
know,
going to challenge you guys to do that.
if it doesn't happen, they still have the New Leaders Conference for 2 stars,
Yes.
which is even more intimate, which honestly I was a little bummed I couldn't go. And they got a tour of headquarters, and I mean, that's a big deal. A lot of people got a lot more interest and new coach prospects because they saw all these pictures of them at headquarters and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's good. There was something else I wanted to say. And leadership is, if you have 20 elite points by probably August this year, because it's a month after last year, everything is paid for. Your room's paid for, your flight is paid for, you know, so that's the difference between leadership and all of the other trips that we take. They give you, I think we get $350 for basically our plane ticket, which covered the cost of the plane ticket to Arizona. But your room will be, if you don't have 26 elite points by probably August, I don't know the actual date, you will have to pay for your room. But at this rate, you guys should, because it's so early on in the game. You know, so just remember that it's completely paid for besides any extra things that you want.
Yep. And if you guys are looking at your downline, as I said, you know, write down your prospects of who you want to go diamond. Some of you may just be at diamond and have 1 or 2 working coaches. And you know what? That is completely okay. What your thing is going to be is recruiting. So along with hitting Success Club, getting those working coaches to hit Success Club every month, your job is going to be recruiting, because you want to talk about the coaching opportunity like it is nobody's business. And you may think that you're saying it a little too much and you're talking about it and you're bothering people. Who freaking cares? Because as long as you get it out there, the people that may have seen your last post may not see this one, and who may not see the last post may see this one. So just make sure you are very consistent with talking about the coaching opportunity outside of just on Facebook. Talk about it on Instagram. If you have a blog, do blog posts about the coaching opportunity or 5-day groups. We have business opportunity calls. You guys have plenty of opportunities by your upline coaches, by, you know, us who are doing these 5-day groups and who are doing the coaching opportunities, and yourselves that are doing them. Offer incentives to people who are hitting Success Club. Like I was talking to Kaylee about it. Whether you want to give a personal development book away, whether you want to give a workout tank away. I usually do something that's business related. That way it can continue help them grow. But yeah, just talk up the coaching opportunity if you don't have those potentials right now. So you will have them. And people can go diamond in 30, 60, and 90 days. So don't doubt it. Alicia went diamond in 60 days. Kaylee, you went diamond in 60 days.
My coach Kristen went in 30.
Yeah, it can happen. We just have to look for them and find them and not wait for them to come to us, because they're not always going to come to us. How do you guys feel about writing a goal date down for getting 5-star and elite? What do you guys think? Scary?
I need more working coaches. I don't even think I could make a list of 5 people right now to hit diamond, because I don't have that many working coaches that are my personally sponsored. I have some under other people, but.
And that's okay, because they're helping with your ATV. So that's just one thing that's already, you know. And who is it? This Andrea's coach.
Yeah, Ashley.
She's still helping you.
Yeah.
It's just in a different way. But that's why you just want to do the business opportunity a lot A lot. Work closely with your challengers because those are going to be your best coaches. They've had a transformation, and they already know what a challenge group involves. So they're like ahead of the game with that. So just keep up with them. Work with them on a regular basis. I know Kaylee works the business a little bit differently because she didn't start out as a challenger. She went right to the coaching, business builders.
Bad Kaylee. I've never been in a challenge group.
I kind of started out that way too. I didn't do a challenge group before I started coaching.
I've never been in one.
Kaylee was in one of mine before, but she stopped.
I failed that. I just don't do challenge groups. I don't know.
It's okay. It happens.
It's kind of creepy that I said Kristen's name and then she came online.
I know. She like knew we were calling for her. Kristen!
What was I going to say? Oh, also, signing up discount coaches can be awesome for your personally sponsored coaches PV because all of those 90 PVs will add up to 500 and get you more points. So they are vital to your business no matter how you look at them, whether it's fillers because 5-star, you need 20 active status coaches to remain 5-star. Obviously, we want you to have more than that because somebody's going to go inactive. But discount coaches are the bread and butter to your business. They are fillers. They are, volume builders, whatever you want to call them. But they're important because, like I said, those 90 PVs add up fast.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So does that 20 active, does that count in your first business center or does your second business center count as well?
Your second business center, like Kristen Richards 2, counts as one of those, but your coaches in there do not count.
Okay.
Your coaches in there count for coaches hitting Success Club, but they don't count as PV, which is weird. I don't know.
You're confusing me now. Okay, so if they hit Success Club, it's still okay. Like that will still count. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, they'll count. Their PV doesn't count. I don't think it might. I don't know. I'll have to look.
That's a good question because I never really had anyone ask that.
Well, I'm your girl.
I want to say that everything counts. I want to say everything counts as that, like it would the first, but they don't count as your active coaches in your first CBC. That I know for sure. So anything, they're still your coaches, so their PV counts for your points and their Success Club points count for your points, but their active status does not because it's in a completely different center, and that doesn't roll up. But that's a good point that you bring up the second business center because when you guys go 2-star, we want you to open up a second U, and that counts as one of your personally sponsored coaches signed for the year and counts as, all of your sales will go through that center counting for your 500 PV and above for new coaches. So that's another plus. Plus it's going to be on your week leg, driving up your volume and so on and so forth. I mean, it's all like, I can just keep going.
It's amazing. Yeah, pretty awesome.
I definitely have noticed a big difference in my cycle bonus each week since opening the 2-star. So I'm glad that I waited until January to open it for the points. But if you guys are pushing for anything, push for 2-star because it will help with your volume weekly, and you'll get more excited, and it will be all that work that you guys are putting in now. It will pay off, I think, once you get to that level.
Yes. So if you guys are wondering, who are my 5 diamonds going to be? One of them is going to be yourself. Because once you go 2-star, you open up that, and it's like game on. I'm going to beat the first date that I went diamond. It's going to happen. I mean, that's what I did. It seriously took me another 6 months to go diamond in my second CBC. But it didn't take me that long to get my husband diamond. It gets easier because you learn how to build the business. So whenever you're going for opening your second CBC, when you're trying to go diamond, you're gonna know how to place people a lot better. Just experience, but it's gonna happen. You can use that as one of your diamonds. Yeah. So, Alicia, I know you said you were struggling with who your 5th one is gonna be. It's gonna be you. It's gonna be yourself. But go ahead.
No, I was just saying, make sure that you are watching what side your diamond's on. You need 2 on one and 3 on another. You can't have 4 on one. Just FYI. Is that a baby head
Huh?
on Bianca's thing? What is that? Her thumb? Oh no, there she is.
And FYI, again, maintaining your 20 active coaches is very important. You make sure that you hold that, because whenever you have another business center you're working with and then you're trying to maintain your first one, I'm not kidding you, it is extremely stressful. My last 6 weeks of qualifying to go elite was extremely difficult, but it was literally every week I was replacing a new coach because I had one dropping. It's going to happen. I'm not saying this to scare you, but I'm telling you what is to come, because it is stressful. But if you can get ahead of the game now, you're going to be fine. It's not going to be as bad. But we all go through that part of catching up what we lost just to maintain, because right when we think we're getting ahead, we're getting behind, and then it's like going back and forth a little bit. But it will be fine. Just make sure you continue recruiting every single month. That's why we do it.
And just let you know, even if you hit, let's say you hit 6-star, in August, and you're like, oh, great, I'm 6-star, I've got a cushion. And you're good until, the last 6 weeks of the year. And you're like, oh my gosh, these are the most stressful weeks of my life. Even though you're still 6-star, you still have to hold it for 6 weeks until the end of the year. And that is crazy. No matter if you have cushion or not, you're still stressed to the max through Christmas. It's not a fun time. You're constantly checking your back office, but it's worth it. Trust me.
Christmas Day is like the best day, because that's when we found out.
Well, that's when you stopped qualifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you still had to hold it. You were in qualification with 5 diamonds at that point, but you still have to hold it until the end of December 31st.
Mommy.
Yeah.
But if there's no more questions, I have to jump off and I have the recording.
Oh.
Any more questions?
If you guys don't want to spend money, don't ever talk to Kristen, by the way. Because literally she sent me a picture of what was it, on Facebook? Of a really cute outfit, and 2 minutes later I was buying it on the computer because she sucks. And it was really cute.
I'm really good at selling. I don't know why.
You are really good at it. I hope it looks as good as it looked on there.
It's going to look fabulous on you, darling. And then everybody's going to say, where did you get that, Deidre? You could start, marketing for that company.
I'll
Like, yeah.
to you.
Sorry I missed it, guys. I was driving, but
You're good. We have a recording.
awesome.
Does anyone have any questions? Other than who is nervous? Beth is like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I could see you're like freaking out. And it's going to be fine because we have a head start. You have an early start. You have plenty of time. That's why we're doing this now. And we want to have calls at least once a month so we can keep up with you guys and see where your goals. Make sure you're posting. I don't care if we have a call or not. Keep posting your goals. Keep yourself accountable. We will help you stay accountable. We will make sure that you are right there with us through it all, because there is nothing better than having your entire team or people on your team with you reaching these goals. This is why we're doing it. So we're going to get you there. Woo! That was terrible.
I love it.
All right.
It is very stressful, but I hope it goes away soon.
It is worth it.
Keep telling me that.
Yep. Because I went through it and it's freaking worth it, let me tell you. All right, guys. Thanks, Kaylee.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.